Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Steve's Guitars here in beautiful downtown Carbondale, Colorado. It's a Friday night. That means it's, oh my gosh, 1,000, couple hundred now of Friday nights in a row we've presented live music. And it's a good thing. Of course, we can do that because of our sponsors, First Bank, which is banking for good, and our sponsor, PM Consulting Limited up in Aspen. And we thank them very much for their support. We also need to send shout-outs to Steve and Mary Margaret Standiford for having this amazing space. And, of course, a shout-out to all of you who have at one time or another helped support live music. The folks on stage, it's not as simple as it looks. They work hard to get to that point. It takes a lot of cycles, a lot of work, a lot of study, a lot of money. So when you come out to see them, they really appreciate it. And we do too. Without any further ado, we would like to ask you to please welcome Jeremy Facknitz.
Thanks for being here. I'm a little birdie, and that is all I'll ever be. Although my legs are sturdy, I don't know where they're taking me. I'm tapping out a prayer to give me strength to break apart the orange and spotted membrane fear is built around my heart. I promise you someday, well, I'm gonna break out and leave my shell behind. And until that someday, boy, when I finally break out, the sky above's been falling ever since Mama pushed me out. Well, I can hear her calling, but why she gotta scream and shout? 'Cause it sounds as if the whole wide world's gone mad and straight to hell. So tell me when it's over and safe for me to leave my shell. Well, I promise you someday, baby, I'm gonna break out and leave my shell behind. And until that someday, yeah, yeah, boy, when I finally break out, I won't shed a tear, 'cause the world can't hurt me here. Baby, mine is not the only shell you see. Still I'm lonely as a chickadee could be. Yes, I know it's senseless, hiding in this tiny thing, just to shoring up defenses and hanging on both my wings. I'm poking out my legs and running blind just to get my kicks. Well, all my life just dancing the ballet of an unhatched chick. Yes, I promise you someday, baby, I'm gonna break out and leave my shell behind. Well, until that someday, when I finally break out, well, I won't shed a tear, 'cause the world can't hurt me here. No, the world can't hurt me here. Yeah. You. Thank you. I'm Jeremy Facknitz. Not a stage name, my real name. I can show you my ID. Originally from Detroit, Michigan. Any other Michiganders in the house tonight? No? Anybody from Belleville, Illinois? Yeah. I brought some ringers. But now living in Colorado Springs, and this is actually my third time on this stage. One was with my lovely wife many, many years ago, and then I played here over the pandemic, but it was empty. But we were live streaming just like we are now. And I can't talk and tune at the same time. It's really hard. Like Ralph said, you know, it's really hard. My first two songs are about birds. Songwriters love birds. Not all my songs are about birds, but just these first two. And that was called Ballet of an Unhatched Chick, about coming out of your shell. There, we're there. And this one's called Watch This Bird Fly. So this one was inspired by my mother. You'll find many songs are inspired by my mother because she just talks so much. She says so much. And the words just pour out, and I hear songs in her words. And she was talking about me to someone else, and I overheard my name. You know how your mom's talking at a party to somebody else, and you hear your name? And we're from Michigan, so she had a Michigan accent. She's like, you know, I never worried about Jeremy. I always knew he'd land on his feet. I had a dream, I jumped from a plane with my parachute wrapped in chains. Earth was rising, I was falling fast. I wished it wasn't so overcast, so you could see me and watch this bird fly. Well, I'm 6,500 feet high. I'm gonna tumble through the sky and hit the ground. Hit the ground running. All my life I've lived this way. Had a feeling I would be okay. I guess my spirit had to risk my skin. I guess I'm nothing if I'm not all in. Watch this bird fly. Well, I'm 6,500 feet high. Well, I'm gonna tumble through the sky and hit the ground. Hit the ground running, touch down Main Street into a sea of concrete. Boy, I bet you I'll land on my feet when I hit the ground. Hit the ground running. Fear is my enemy. Fear is your enemy. Fear is our enemy. Yes, I believe that fear is the enemy. Yes, fear is my enemy, and death is my friend. From those sweet ashes I rise up again. Fear is my enemy, and death is my friend. From those sweet ashes I rise up again. Oh, fear is my enemy, death is my friend. From those sweet ashes. Come on and watch this bird fly. Well, I'm 6,500 feet high. Well, I'm gonna tumble through the sky and hit the ground. Hit the ground running, touchdown Main Street into a sea of concrete. Boy, I bet you I land on my feet when I hit the ground. Hit the ground running, touchdown Main Street. Hit the ground running on my feet. Boy, I'm gonna land on my feet when I hit the ground. Thanks. You're so kind. I like your listening face, young lady. You know, some people have a listening face. They watch your whole show like this. And you walk up to them after the show. You're scared of them. You don't want to look them in the eye because they're... But then you walk up after the show and they're like, I really loved it. It's like, you look like you really hated it. No, that's my listening face. Well, I'm proud, usually. Oh, there you go, yes. I've often been most of the time I'm very proud of being from Michigan. We're tough. The winters are dark and bleak and cold, and I kind of wore my, pride. I still cheer for all the home teams back in Michigan, or Detroit. But during COVID, it was difficult because I couldn't go back and hug my family and swim in the lakes. I was just trapped in sunny Colorado Springs, and all these headlines that were coming at me from my home state were profoundly embarrassing. The Flint water crisis continuing to trudge along at a very slow pace, and dudes trying to kidnap the governor. Stuff that is like, I don't like being from Michigan anymore. When you make me mad, I'm going to write a song about you. So this is called Something in the Water. There's a rock in the palm of my mitten, worn down by a river of lead. Blows from the taps put the city on the map once the kids felt that ache inside their head. Range in Genesee County, when an outbreak of legionnaires sends 12 to the slaughter, all because they drink the water, so we don't drink the water out there. Because there's something in the water out there. I had my kids up north in a diner. 3 patriots pulled up in a Jeep. One tried to recruit me. I replied, it doesn't suit me. And he muttered, I could tell you was a sheep. I had to chuckle at the subsequent silence until the waitress with the bleached blonde hair came up and asked me and my daughter, can I get you to some water? But we don't drink the water up there. Ooh, because there's something in the water up there. As the fish, frogs, and otters, bet you they don't even bother drinking any of the water out there. Ooh, because there's something in the water out there. When Johnny Sings, born and raised in South Detroit, all the locals shouted out and sing along. But they don't ever mention or perhaps don't pay attention to the very next line of that song, which is he took the midnight train going anywhere, anywhere from there. That's what I did. I left my water and I said I'd miss that water, but I am gonna miss the water out there. Because there's something in the water out, something in the water out, something in the water out there. Thanks. It's challenging to be emotional and sing on pitch, but that song, it gets me. It gets me. This follow-up song, you're going to sing with me. The follow-up song is, of course, entitled There's No Going Home Again. My wife, Lindsay, can lead you because she's a wonderful singer. So the lyrics are, your part is There's No Going Home Again. And it goes like this. There's no going home again. Like that. There's no going home again. One more time. So now do that. And if you know, that means stop, because there's more to come, or else you're gonna be singing over the verses and it'll be awkward. So when I do that, that's when you stop. So you packed your discontentment in a van, made a pilgrimage to where it all began, seeking comfort in the echoes of your youth. But there's a Starbucks where your memories once stood. The world's best pizza down on Main Street ain't that good, and as you dine beneath that sign of neon blue, you suppose that what they say is true, that there's no going home again. Keep doing that. There's no going home. No, there's no going home. Oh, ever again. You're so freaking good. Like a pair of pants too snug around the waist. There's an air of disappointment on your face, but you're the only thing that doesn't really fit. And if you think this town has changed too much for you, well, don't forget you've done some gentrifying too. You're a stranger coming in from out of state, with a suntan and new license plates, singing there's no going home again. There's no going home. No, there's no going home. Oh, ever again. No, there's no going home. There's no going there. But all this wisdom gained is hardly worth the cost. When a feeling you've been longing for is lost, and it's doubtful you could feel that way again. And if you seek the guilty parties of this crime, well, you'll soon find the only criminal is time. Time will never let its keeper stay the same. And it always goes much faster than it came. And it's harder when there's no one you can blame. Here we go. A little bit quieter, mezzo piano. Nice. Now a bit louder. There's no going home. No, there's no going home. Oh, ever again. No, there's no going home. No, there's no going home. Oh, ever again. So you gotta move on. So you gotta move on. So you gotta move on. Yeah, you gotta move on. Yeah, you gotta move on. Yeah, you gotta move on. And on and on and on and on. You're all clapping for yourselves right now. That's what I think. That was gorgeous. Now, that may not have worked on the stream, but it worked here. I feel like Crispin Glover in Back to the Future. I've got so much hair in my face. I should have got trimmed. Tuning is important. It's important. It's not fun, but it's important. Got any jokes? That was it. That was my joke. So, speaking of hair, I'm in this songwriting group with a bunch of Michiganders who still live there. I met Kyle Rashi, a Chain of Lakes, great singer-songwriter. He was a grand prize winner at Kerrville, and we became really good friends, and he invited me into his songwriting group. So every month, on the first of the month, we get a one-word prompt. We have to write a song around that prompt and then present it to the group in the Facebook group at the end of the month. And the prompt for August of 22 was gray hair. And something that I know nothing about. And I was thinking about how I first found my gray hair. I don't know if anybody here can identify. It's a very strange phenomenon, and I've talked to other people who had the same thing. I didn't see it in the mirror first. I was at the barber. I guess she was technically a stylist, and she was cutting my hair. I had the black bib, and it fell in my lap. And I said, Jessica, it's so funny. I mean, you obviously took somebody else's hair, some fogey, and you put it in my lap just to play a joke on me. She's like, no, Jay, look, that's yours. And I thought that's really peculiar because it's very gray. But I didn't see it in the mirror. Like, we see a different version of ourselves in the mirror that's maybe, I don't know, 25. No matter what we look at. Hey, handsome. So I had to write a song about that because that's what I do. I write songs about things. This is called Dad's Hair. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? I only asked for a trim, not an existential crisis. If this is your idea of a joke, I'll work up a grin. But it's not very nice, it's obvious my hair is brown, not the gray you're throwing down. Just cut my hair and set this fine young man free, 'cause I've got hemorrhoids and some doctors to see. Well, when I pass by the looking glass, I can't read the signs I choose to ignore. But when I'm There in the barber's chair, I watch as my dad's hair falls to the floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. He must have snuck in through the back and stuck it to my scalp while I was raising my kids. He's pretty sly, but I don't know why he's trying to fool me into thinking I've been hitting the skids. The barber's humming, he keeps it coming. It piles high with every snip of the shears. I wonder why I didn't see it in the mirror. Well, when I pass by the looking glass, I can't read the signs I choose to ignore. But when I'm there in the barber's chair, I watch as my dad's hair falls to the floor. Yeah, I watch as my dad's hair falls to the floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Will I even notice when my Warhol fades to the fuchsias of a Thomas Kincaid? I think that's the best line I've ever written. Will I trade Pantera for Peter Cetera and afternoon naps in the shade? Will all my addictions, beliefs, and convictions bleed out to a far different hue? I've watched others leave, but I still can't believe that I'm gonna fade away too. Yeah, when I pass by the looking glass, I can't read the signs I choose to ignore. But when I'm there in the barber's chair, I watch as my dad's hair falls to the floor. Yeah, I watch as my dad's hair falls to the floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is fun. We have friends. We have family. Mainly my wife's family. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. We have a very young fan. She came for the stickers. Oh, what an honor. You'll remember this night the rest of your life. Oh, that's fine. Good, good, good. Good, good. Well, my mother-in-law has a place, River Valley Ranch. You're all invited after the show. We're going to have a big party. She's not there, so. All-nighter. My wife will get you the address. So we spend a lot of time here in Carbondale, so it's kind of our second Colorado home. And I was actually here when I wrote this next song, and this is the song that kind of furthered my career. About 6 years ago, I decided I wasn't going to play bars and covers anymore. I was so sick of Brown Eyed Girl. If I had to play that one more time, I was going to stab myself. And so I said, I think I'm going to try to start touring on my own original material. And this song made me a Kerrville New Folk finalist in 2020. We had to do everything remote, obviously, but it's a song I wrote about 4 blocks from here. And my daughter was much younger then, and she was asking me about like heavy stuff, like what's it feel like to die, and where do you go, and all this. And I'm like, you're 4, and you're already smarter than me, and I don't have any answers. So I gave her some baloney dad answer, and then I went on the bike, and I wrote this song. I saw the moon rise over Mount Sopris. It rose so very fast. I couldn't believe how fast it came around. And I remembered that we're on this rock spins us very fast. No, you wouldn't believe how fast it's spinning around. And I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. All the big things go unnoticed, 'cause you are so very small. Feel the energy inside you. On the same thing made the sun, and it hung the star you wished upon tonight. So please remember that you're everything, and everything is one. Yeah, you are the star you wished upon tonight. I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. All the big things go unnoticed, 'cause you are so very small. Yeah, but you won't stay that way, because you're growing up and you're changing every day. Man, I hope I can keep up, and I'll be okay if I just practice what I preach. I might keep you within reach. I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. Yes, I said that I'm gonna make you a love so big you won't notice it at all. Well, the big things go unnoticed, 'cause you are so very small. Yeah, but you won't stay that way now, because you're growing up and you're changing every day. La da la da da. Thanks for the song, Carbondale. Tuning. That was quite a moment, having this right here. These two stories going on while I'm up here. Mother and daughter holding each other, and then, wow! You're so adorable. Let me tell you about something. The bully in my head, you know, he says the meanest things to me. I don't think he knows what's right from wrong. I only kept him round so he'd protect me from the wolves, but I never thought he'd stick around this long. Now that I'm all grown up, I don't need him anymore. Still, he knocks me to the floor, but I'm far from giving in. I'll bring grace to the space I'm living in. Seek some kindness and find a way to love myself. I'm finding ways to love myself. I'm finding ways to love myself. Some say guilt and shame are different sides to a coin that hardly ever pays. And when I'm off the rails, I can feel its heads and tails tugging on my heart in separate ways. Guilt is what you feel for what you've done. Shame is what you feel for who you are. It's a permanent tattoo on the miracle of you, a self-inflicted lifelong battle scar. Shame on you, shame on me, forever laying shame on you and me. When we're who we're here to be, living unapologetically. Shame won't have a hold on you and me. For many years I found it hard to move, stuck inside a mold I couldn't break. There was nothing here worth seeing, just a less than human being, unable to forgive his own mistakes. But eager minds are bound to find regret. Beating hearts are gonna pay some tolls. Good and bad must coexist, and this mosaic of existence is no excuse for torturing our souls. Shame on you, shame on me, forever laying shame on you and me. When we're who we're here to be, living unapologetically. Shame won't have a hold on you and me. And when it grabs us by the hand, it's good to know that all we ever have to do is let it go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shame on you, shame on me, forever laying shame on you and me. When we're who we're here to be, living unapologetically. Shame won't have a hold on you and me. No, shame won't have a hold on you and me. No more shame. Can you sing that with me? No more shame. No more shame. One more. No more shame. Oh, thank you so much. This is really beautiful. I love playing in this room. I've been trying to get into Steve's for a couple years now, just because it's just such a magical room and so many amazing artists have played here, and it's a true honor. And you know, every single night, people like me, singer-songwriters like myself, are competing against the draw of other things. There's always other things happening, like other ways to spend your entertainment dollar. And so I'm so grateful that you have chosen Jeremy Facknitz tonight and Steve's Guitars. Thank you so much for being here. Supporting the artist and original music. So I'm going to play a cover song for you now. So earlier I mentioned how for many years I played in bars and pubs, and I was able to get this looping thing going. And yeah, I have a loop pedal. I can just record a phrase and it plays it back for us. So I can go. No hands, and I can take it away. Yeah, thank you. That's the reaction I desire. And so I've been able to work up a few parlor tricks with this. And this is one that I've hung on to and I still play in my show because it's the one that took me the longest to figure out. And honestly, it's the most impressive. The show just tumbles downhill from here. But no. Thank you, Jolene. No, Jeremy, no. Useless, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the heat? Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the heat? Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? You've been crying genius since you were 17. In all this time I've known you, I still don't know what you mean. The wicked of the college didn't turn out like you planned. All the things that pass my knowledge I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? You know the words. Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? I want to hear you at home, streamers. Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the heat? Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? I want to point out that while I was playing all my original music, she was loving it. And I bring out some Steely Dan, and she's like, I've spent a lot of money and I've spent a lot of time. The trip we made to Hollywood still etched upon my mind. After all the things we've done and seen, you're gonna find another. And all those things you think are useless, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? Are you reeling in the years? Stone away the time. Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine? I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting so long. Steely Danish. It's a trick I picked up in the bars. Yep. Give it up for Ralph doing sound back there, running the whole place. There's a live stream going on right now. I think people can watch it on. You can watch this later, because once is not enough. You know I'll be there with my score sheet. Flat, sharp. Jeez. This is how I do things. It's the Rust Belt. It's the Rust Belt blue collar guy in me. So, yeah. For many years, I played in bars, and that's what I did. I was happy to be just a full-time musician. You look drunk on sugar, buddy. I don't know who you belong to, but you got a mouth full of sugar. I was playing covers in corporate events, and I was happy, but then I was starting to get a little bit tired of that. And I had this inkling that about summer of 2017, I was like, I think I want to start getting better at songwriting and working on this craft and touring on my own stuff. And then in July, I got viral meningitis, and I was in the hospital for 4 days. And this is 2017. People had to wear a mask to come visit me. This is before 2020 made it cool, so it was like early. And I was like, wow, it was a real sledgehammer to the senses. And I thought, okay, now's the time. It's a funny thing though when you start putting your music out there and saying I'm going to announce that I'm graduated from this and I'm going to start doing this. There'll be so many people who tell you what you're doing wrong. And I applied for this database called the Listening Room Network. And it pairs up artists with house concert hosts. And I really wanted to be a part of it, and I applied, and the first time, I'm part of it now, but the first time I was rejected. And they tell you why you are rejected. So you have to get tough real fast. This is probably why I didn't do it for like 17 years. I'll just play the bars, because that's terrifying. And this one house concert host said, I don't know. See, it was all written, but I give her a voice. I don't know. He sings fine, but I just don't care about his songs because they're all about him. I was like, that's fair. I know the subject, so I write about it. So when I thought about her when I wrote this next song, but it's totally about me, and you'll see how I do it. She can breathe life into a canvas, catch your eye and stop you on your heels. She believes in attention to the detail, riding each vibration of her color wheel, 'cause that's what makes it real. She'll use a brush of each size, spend half a day on the white of your eye, but she paints her own life with such broad strokes. The deepest shade of blue, till nothing else shines through on a page. She says, I can't be everybody's cup of tea, but would it kill them just to stop and take one sip? I'm a wellspring of creation for which there is no thirst, like King Midas, but reversed. Everything I touch is cursed to live on my walls. And she'll use a brush of each size on a shadow at play and the light it implies. But she paints her own life with such broad strokes. The deepest shade of blue, until nothing else shines through. Well, I suppose I do that too sometimes. Oh, you see what I did there? Yeah, I guess I do that too. La da 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 la da la da 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 da. She'll use a brush of each size on a shadow at play and the light it implies. But she paints her own life with such broad strokes. The deepest shade of blue, until nothing else shines through. Well, I suppose I do that too sometimes. Yeah, I guess I do that too. Thanks for listening. I've released 6 albums in my long career, but just the last 2 have been more than hobby stuff, I would say. I'm very proud of the last 2 albums. I recorded them in Colorado Springs with producer Jared Headley at North Park Studios. And most of what you heard tonight is off the last 2 albums, including that last one was off the new album, which is called Smilin' at the Future. It's not quite as optimistic as it sounds. It's cautious. It's cautious optimism. I have a 6-piece band back in Colorado Springs. They couldn't join me tonight. I don't know where I'd put them, but it's good that I'm here by myself and enjoying myself immensely. And but I do have merchandise down here. T-shirts are the big sellers. If you have a 2007 Honda Acura or earlier, you can buy a compact disc and play it on something. I do have the Smile at the Future compact disc. It's a hardcover book with the lyrics and pictures, so even if you don't have a CD player, you can buy that. You can give the CD player to your Uncle Bob or the CD to Uncle Bob, and you can read while you stream music. You can read the lyrics. And I have stickers and a mailing list as well. So that's the pitch to the stage there and the merchandise. And I got Venmo and PayPal and all that stuff. So anyway, I've been told I don't do that enough. I don't talk about the stuff enough. So I'm not going to mention it again. Here's the title track off the new album, Smiling at the Future. Now keep in mind I have a 6-piece band on that album, and I'm going to try to pull this off solo. We'll see how it goes. I also want to comment that when I'm in the middle of a song and I'm really feeling it, or I'm starting to feel like a rock star, nothing ruins it than having to go. Yes. Oh, that, Ralph. Masking tape would be great. But is that cooler than the band that holds my glasses on? I don't know. What do you think? Should I get the band? Okay, that'd be cooler and less distracting, right? I have astigmatism. I can't see anyway. It'd be like it's completely blurry. Maybe they're better now, though, because I was 20 years ago. I can do it? All right. Contacts it is. Anyway. These things are important, sir. Happy happy sounds from caps and gowns on graduation day. I did my best when local press said, "Hey man, look this way." Why they chose my awkward pose, I'll never have a clue. But soon my grin and pimpled chin was small town front page news, as if I paid my dues. Turn the dial back before all these miles piled up on me. I was the future, smiling at the future. Was I so naive? Whoa, my Lord, how time flew forward and left me in its dust. A much wiser man whose eyes have yet to readjust. My reflection lacks affection, patience, love, and grace. Say, where's my human Alfred E. Newman? What's me for a face? I swear it's here someplace. All my glories buried beneath old story and bound by treachery. Na 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 na. I was the future, smiling at the future. Was I so naive? Ooh. There is no gain without the fight. There is no day without the night. Life is cool, many dreams have come true, and the dreams that fell through were but a dream. Turn the dial back before all these miles piled up on me. Na 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 na. I was the future, smiling at the future. Was I so naive? Oh, there's my glory. It's buried beneath old story and bound by tragedy. Na 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 na. I'm still the future, just smiling at the future, liking what I see. I got a couple more for you. That's it, just a couple more. You'd be terrified? No, these are friendly people. Now playing folk music in Detroit at the age of 22, that's where you should be terrified. But not in the Bonedale. Thank you again, Ralph. Thank you again, Steve, for having me. Thank you, Steve's Guitars. Got just a couple more for you. Thank you for sitting through a bunch of songs you don't know. You will know them when you buy the music. Isn't that great? Or a T-shirt or something. I guess you won't know the music by buying a T-shirt, but I'll be happy. I needed some hope. It was October of 2021, and I had this. Well, my wife is wonderful. There's my wife, Lindsay. She's amazing. She's why I'm here, really, basically, why I exist. And she was saying to me one day, she said, you know, you don't really take a break. You leave the family and you hustle and you work and play a bunch of shows, and then you come home and you fall into the dad role and familial role, and you don't just relax. I'm like, no. Why would I do that? She said, listen, why don't you go take a weekend? We have friends who have this cabin in Nathrop, Colorado, and just take a weekend, and there's no internet, and you're like 20 minutes from a cell phone signal. Just go leave Friday, come back Sunday. I'm like, that sounds great, actually. But I brought my guitar and a notebook because I'm still going to work, I guess. And at that time, I found I needed some hope. We were still in the throes of the pandemic. Wildfires in California and Colorado were choking us out. And personally, I had kids who were in school and really struggling with, like, in school, not in school. And my parents reaching their 70s. I don't know if they just loved the food, but they loved going to the hospital every couple of weeks. It was really stressful. And it's like, wow, everything's on our shoulders. It's like at this age, we're in that sandwich generation where we have the parents we have to kind of take care of and the kids we have to take care of, and the planet's on fire. And so I needed some hope. And so I looked to this town south of St. Louis, about 2.5 hours south, called St. Genevieve. And when my wife and I briefly lived in St. Louis, we'd go down there for just rest and relaxation and romantic getaways, bed and breakfast, things like that. In 1993, most of you weren't born yet. In 1993, there was a huge flood. And in that town, there's a marker that's really high. It's almost as high as a telephone pole. And at the top of that marker, it says, this is where the water crested on August 6, 1993. And you look around, and it's like, oh, this is thriving, And I just wanted to draw on that as a parable. Like, if a river town can come back from that, then maybe we'll figure some things out, and we'll get some answers as we head on into the 21st century. So, it's called St. Genevieve. In 93, the river rose high above the levee, and it covered her from head to toe. Her people couldn't stop the flood. It caked her thick and heavy in that mighty Mississippi mud. You'd think she would succumb to what nature was demanding, but south of old St. Louis, this tiny town's still standing. Antique stores open weekends, sweet bed and breakfast romance, the slower pace you're seeking, the beacon is St. Genevieve. No trace of a disaster here, my dear. The skies are clear, and I believe if we just take it year by year, my dear, they'll find us here, hand in hand and seemingly unscathed. The weight of life is cumbersome, and many hold the notion that the worst of days have yet to come. So excuse us if we start to choke. Yeah, it might be on emotion or the ever-present shroud of smoke. The situation's dire, our children can't stop crying, the planet is on fire, our moms and dads are dying, we're lost beneath the current, can't see the light before us, our only reassurance, the chorus of St. Genevieve. No trace of a disaster here, my dear, the skies are clear, and I believe if we just take it year by year, my dear, they'll find us here, hand in hand and seemingly unscathed. Well, if she survived that cancer, if river towns can do this, perhaps we'll find some answers. Maybe we'll get through this. It helps to see the marker of where the river crested. When things can't get much darker, I'll meet you in St. Genevieve. No trace of a disaster here, my dear. The skies are clear, and I believe if we just take it year by year, my dear, they'll find us here, hand in hand and seemingly unscathed. St. Genevieve, and I believe. Thank you so much. Will you sing with me again? Sure? Maybe? Sure. If we know it. All right. Maybe I don't know it. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my hands, lose my plow, lose my land, oh, if I ever lose my hands, away, I won't have to work no more. And if I ever lose my eyes, if my colors all run dry, yes, if I ever lose my eyes, away, I won't have to cry no more. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. Let me hear you. Leaping and hopping, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. And if I ever lose my legs, well, I won't moan and I won't beg. Oh, if I ever lose my legs, away, I won't have to walk no more. And if I ever lose my mouth, all my teeth, north and south, yes, if I ever lose my mouth, away, I won't have to talk. The bass from the nugget take over here. Make space for it. Did it take long to find me? Oh, I asked the faithful lie. Did it take long to find me? And now you gonna stay the night? I'm being followed by a moon shadow, shadow, leaping and hopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. That was beautiful, everybody. Problems are inside your head, she said to me. I believe you'll find the answer if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggles to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude, and furthermore I hope my meaning won't get lost or misconstrued. But I repeat myself, at the risk of being crude, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. Just step out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need to be corduroy. You just get yourself free. Hop on that bus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off your key, leave, and get yourself. These days are numbered. I'm 45. So. Said it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said I appreciate that. Would you please explain about those 50 ways? She said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe that by the morning, sugar, you'll begin to see the light. And then she kissed me, and I realized she was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover.
What are they?
Just step out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need any corduroy. You just get yourself free. Hop on the bus, girl. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off your key, leave, and get yourself free. I'm not like a shredder or anything, but you can really sell a guitar solo with the face. You just listen to me. Hop on that bus. You don't need to discuss much. Just wrap up your and get yourself Thank you.
The amazing Jeremy Facknitz.
need is that chain, the reader chain. Well, thanks. I'm fine ending early, you know. I'm older now, I'm tired, but if you want to hear more, okay. Let's do it. Happy Friday, everybody. Now, do I have any songs left? I do? My son says I do. You want to do that Berryman's cover? You want to do that with me? Or no? No? You don't, I can tell by your face. You don't. You have your son. Okay. I don't blame you. He's pretty cuddly, even when he's chock full of sugar and an hour past his bedtime. All right. No, I'm already retuning. It's too late. Thank you, wife. This is a song I wrote years ago. I was my higher self trying to mold me into a better human being. I still try to live by this. Try to ride the love down Life Avenue. It's called Life Avenue. Here we are. We don't know what for. We've got all we need, but we're fighting for more than we say. Yeah, well, I am okay. We still fight every day and we spin just chasing our tails. Those stories they live by, they lock us in jail. Though we say, hey, well, I am okay. We still chase every day. It's hell in a hamster wheel, running in place from all we feel. Imagine what we could do if we stopped those things we do. Roll the love down Life Avenue. You know, we don't stand a chance when all of our regrets come and ask us to dance. Though we say, yeah, well, I don't like that tune. It still sweeps us away, and these strings are so tightly wound, and all of our frets make such sorrowful sounds. Though we say, yeah, well, I am okay. We still fret every day. It's hell to be so afraid of changes to plans our hands have made. But don't what our hands might do if they dropped those things that do. And ride the love down Life Avenue. Grant us the will to rest and watch it all work out for the best. We'll have a better view if we stop those things we do. Ride the love down Life Avenue. Thanks so much. There are very special places to play, you know, like Club Passim out in Boston, and many other places. Not many other places. What I'm trying to say is Steve's is special. what you have here is very special because I love playing house concerts, being able to see everybody in the back. I love old guitars and the way they stink. And it's just a real special place to play. It's a real honor to be here. And thank you for coming and making it so fun for me. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's overserved. Security. Security. I love you, Evan. My son, Evan Facknitz. So before I started, at the time, around that time when I was getting people telling me all the things I was doing wrong, and I was getting rejections after rejection after rejection, I thought, well, maybe this is the end, because I don't know if I want to go back to playing the corporate events, and maybe I'm done. And so I was started thinking about motivations, and I also started writing this song in Carbondale. I always write when I come here. It's because it's in magic in the air, right? And this too was made me a Kerrville finalist in 2022. So I just, whenever I come here, I can't really relax too much. I have to write because it might win me something. This song, it's about songwriters really, but it can be about anybody who does their job, who lives their life. I think about teachers and law enforcement and military, or they get their fair due of adulation, but teachers especially, anybody who is unsung, who doesn't really get their due applause, I think, and so that's what this song is kind of about, but it's through my lens. It's called Unsung, and thank you so much for being here. Don't I look stunning, chasing the mirage of my dreams? Despite my desperate steps, I won't ever feel the depths of that pond. Dreams keep you running, but they're never all they're cracked up to be. And now I see, if I part with them now, I may finally see my part. And if my song goes on unsung by the masses, I'll sing, and I'll love this life until it passes away. If all these words fall unnoticed, it's clear right here is where my song was supposed to be. I sing because it matters to me. The ego seeks witness to some folks who'll turn my way and sing praise, although it's not much of a tune, and it always ends too soon. I have yearned for it all of my days, but it's none of my business just who I pretend to walks out and who stays. If I stay on the melody line, on the beat of this open heart, and if my song goes on unsung by the masses, I'll sing, and I'll love this life until it passes away. If all these words fall unnoticed, it's clear right here is where my song was supposed to be. I sing because it matters to me. Yeah, that'll do. It's clear, right here at Steve's Guitars is where my song was supposed to be. I sing, because it matters to me. I sing, ooh, because it matters to me. It's been a true honor. Thank you so much.